What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Double Double, a culture podcast about whatever I want to talk about. So I just want to talk about the little things, like for like specific things like coffee or headphones. Once you go down like a specific niche, like that hyper specific niche, whether it's like coffee aficionados or like audiophiles, so people who really love coffee or people who really love audio or really good sounding headphones or music or speakers, like these people just have some little thing in common. So yeah, let's look at these two things on coffee and headphones. And yeah, both things to a various degree have certain levels of there's levels to this game. Like you have that bare mass consumer where it doesn't really matter. You got the airplane headphones, and then you have these incredibly expensive, uh, amazing Sennheiser headphones that need like an amp just to like keep the headphones running. And then you have the like AirPods and then Bose headphones. So you have all these different spectrums of different headphones, these different tier lists, different price points too. And yeah, just different niches and different like cult followings for these specific things. And yeah, when you like hear these things, it doesn't really spark too much to your attention, right? You can just get the cheap headphones or you can get a cheap cup of coffee from a gas station. Both like get the job done. Technically, you can listen to your music and you can get caffeinated with your cup of coffee. It's not really good, but it gets the job done. And shout out to that business that sold you it, because they made the sale and they gave you what you needed. So, and yeah, you can go all the way to the top tiers and get to those really mainstream, well-known brands like, let's say, Starbucks, or what's another big chain? Pete's. Is Pete's still a thing? I don't really know too much of or Dunkin'. That's another big chain. Like, it is coffee. It's a little bit more expensive, and it's not as cheap as the ultra cheap value stuff. But yeah, it's out there. It's mainstream. It's popular. Or you could go to, instead of getting those cheap, super cheap dollar headphones, or the things that they give you at like an airport or an airplane, you can go up and get like the more nicer headphones, like a Bose or a Sony with like active noise canceling and everything. But yeah, these products have more marketing, more product development, and it's just an overall better product, and it is very much more expensive than what you could get at the cheapest level. So yeah, the coffee, in terms of coffee, it tastes good enough to the average consumer, and yeah, the products might be fine and even very good to just the mass consumer, where they're not really nitpicking on all of the little things. And yeah, for headphones, so the coffee tastes good enough and the headphones sound good enough. And yeah, that's like, there is another layer to that. Let's say you have your ultra cheap, you have the more higher end, like mid-tier stuff, and then you have that ultra niche for the ultra coffee aficionados, the audiophiles, just really digging into that niche for these enthusiasts. And these are the people who really seek the best of the best, where they nitpick on every little detail and appreciate all of the small little subtleties in either the coffee grounds or the headphones. So it doesn't really matter what topic you choose or what product or service you look at. There is that niche where they nitpick on literally everything. Like even cars, for like F1 cars. You're not going to need an F1 car or a stock car or any race car to just go to work every day, you know. And those they require a crew to like actually maintain and make sure that car is at top performance. But you know, the cars that you probably want to drive to work every day is the more affordable ones, like a Honda Civic or like a Toyota Corolla. And then you have somewhere in between, you have the fancy like German Audis and nice Mercedes Benz. So there is like a spectrum on like these products and their price points and how niche you want to get into this. And there are ones who are also incredibly interested in the story and the brand and the craftsmanship. These are for the ultra enthusiasts, the car nerds, the coffee aficionados, the audiophiles. And they all look for different aspects of quality and shoot for the best. As for coffee, the specialty coffee specifically, they look after like the country of origin of the beans, the altitude, how the beans were produced, how the beans were roasted, and by who, the ethics behind the supply chain, the water used, like the mineral balance, so, and how the beans are ground, what it's gonna be, how they're gonna brew the grounds, the coffee grounds, whether it's gonna be a filter or an espresso. So there's so many different factors that you don't really think about once you dig deeper into those little communities and little niche areas of that specific thing. But yeah, many different factors to consider, and some will be a deal breaker for some people. Let's say for headphones, if you travel a lot, active noise canceling might be your top priority so you can get some sleep on the plane. But for the mass consumers, why would they want to pay for active noise canceling if they're not going to use it very often? So yeah, there's so many different price points and different product lines, and there's something for everybody out there. Yeah, so that's for a little bit about the headphones. But going back to the coffee, yeah, so they do have that's just the coffee beans itself. Okay, we got cut off a little because I ran out of storage, but it's alright. So yes, for the beans, there are the beans itself, the whole supply chain between the producers, the roasters, to the packaging, to the business side, to the consumer side. There's so many different factors to consider, and marketing, business development, making sure that company is healthy financially. So there's so many different small details, and the sustainability for like compostability of their packaging, and basically the whole cradle to grave from the inception of this product to the end of life of that product. And yeah, all of those things are important to consider, and it's just coffee. That's just one thing. And not everybody drinks coffee. So yeah, like once you really dig deep down into these niches, there's so many different factors to consider. But sometimes you just gotta push a product out there and keep on improving as you go on. So yeah. And as for headphones, there are different price points, like I said earlier. You can go for there's companies like Sennheiser that create these incredibly expensive, very premium, amazing sounding headphones. I did try it once in Japan. There was like a demo. Yeah, it really sounds like the band is right there. There's so many. It's amazing. It's actually crazy hearing those headphones. But these headphones cost more like a car, like $60,000, and that's just the headphones itself. So you're gonna need to buy an amp just to run these headphones, and it's it's a crazy thing. It's once you go down to the niche like categories, it's insane. But yeah, so yeah, these different aspects that you have to consider, like materials, engineering, design, and the superb sound quality. There's all these different factors that would really what would you say, that are really important for these audiophiles and what they look after, and just how the headphones are tuned as well. And also, humans also are different. So all of our ears are different. So making a headphone for these very hyper specific people is insane, and just to push all of the engineering to the bleeding edge is quite insane. But yeah, so these $60,000 Sennheiser headphones are not meant for mass consumers, but just for a small niche group. And but like these audiophiles, they really appreciate all the small touches and how the headphones feel, how they sound, just literally everything about that experience. It just makes them feel like the band is there with them every single time they put these headphones on. It's more of like an experience that you can have time after time just using these headphones. So it's crazy. And yeah, so just to wrap things up, both coffee enthusiasts and audiophile niche groups exist just to push the field forward, and it's important. And most people would be like, that's kind of crazy. Why are you considering all of these different factors that don't matter? Like, it's just a cup of coffee, it's just headphones. But everything that you like needs to go through a process of these people who are incredibly picky, like, oh, these coffee snobs, they're so annoying. But yeah, you kind of need to have some people to get better cups of coffee, to get better products, to get better services. So to get better, yeah, literally anything has to go through these hardships on nitpicking and trying out new technologies, new systems, new everything. And yeah, just to really push things forward, push the industry forward by paying attention to all these little things that the mass people just really don't care about. Sure, it may seem that like these people are really mean and they're kind of annoying and kind of snobby, but that's there just for improvement. And you will have to consider every factor once you want to keep moving forward and keep on improving little by little. But I think it's a really cool thing, when technologies and ideas are pushed forward. But I think as a community, people in the niche enthusiasts, or whether it's coffee or audiophiles, I think, yeah, those like mass-produced goods are they're not meant for you. So don't like be mad at somebody who's just enjoying like a regular cup of coffee, or don't be mad at somebody who's just using regular AirPods. Like, okay, yeah, those things are not meant for you. Those are meant for the general public. And yeah. And definitely try and bring the people into the community. If you want people to really enjoy these cups of coffee, try and bring them in, and try and bring people into the audio community or whatever community you're a part of, whether it's gaming or computers or hiking. Just don't gatekeep that. That's quite silly. And yeah, it'll bring a lot more friendship and more memories in the future if you just let people in, and there's a lot more space than you think. So yeah, coffee people, audiophiles, and whatever group you're a part of, invite anybody and everybody to be a part of your group and support it. And just be nice and have fun. Well, this is kind of a weird episode, but because it got cut halfway and I'm just rambling. So if you liked it and enjoyed it, definitely share it with your friends. If you want to be a part of it, just let me know. Cool. Thanks for listening to the podcast.